If you're a creator and you're trying to find your way, listen to this. Last year was intense. Last year was good. Last year was bad. Why? When I look back, there was a lot of things. I made a lot of accomplishments. And I can really say I'm proud of what I've achieved last year. I was leading a team for Google project. I was finishing my album. I was releasing the album, releasing a double album of it, and I was still leading a team and had to juggle a lot. And I found myself in a difficult position because there were so many goals that I had to accomplish, and because I didn't make a clear path for myself for that year. I just had goals that I wanted to accomplish. So what happened? The the road was like this. And me with my ADHD brain, it was even harder going from there to there to there. I was oh, I was doing too much. So I made my life harder than it had to be. And it was tough because I had to make some sacrifices, and I had to cut some things loose, and I had to reorganize my priorities. And yeah, and after that I created a web app in 4 weeks. So I was busy. I was busy. I coached some people, and I was doing a lot. And then the other thing happened. I had to leave my apartment. I had to get out of the apartment while there was a housing crisis going on. So what did I do? I looked for other opportunities, other apartments, and I couldn't find anything. I couldn't find anything, and the situation was real. And but I had the picture in my head. I wanted to have an apartment on the beach, or at least close to the beach. And I couldn't find it, and I had only 1 week left to get out of my apartment. And my friends telling me, man, you should be all out, you should be going crazy right now, I would be so worried, and da da da. But I knew I'm gonna find it. I knew when I reach the end, it'll be there, definitely. And I didn't know that I would find an apartment 5 minutes from the beach. That was crazy. So 2 days to go before I had to leave the apartment, I found an apartment at the beach, 5 minutes from the beach, walking distance. And here I am, living on the beach side, living on the beach. I finally made some money with the music, and it was good. It was good. Life was good. But because I was confronted with all these things and reorganizing myself, I saw that there was still life. Basically, life showed me when I went through all this stuff. I noticed, or I realized, that I'm carrying too much with me. I'm even when I'm as I was doing this coaching thing, and I had to do a lot of inner work. A lot of things happened, and in that time, and because I had to make some sacrifices, things were catching up with me. And I realized I had to do a lot of inner work. I carried too much baggage with me, and I was limited. It was a spiritual thing, and because it was a spiritual thing, it was a reality thing, because this is the first a law of the universe, the hermetic principles. Whatever is here is there. The universe is mental. And I noticed that I had limits. I got so closer to reaching a big, big goals, but then something was limiting me, and but then I realized I was limiting myself in here, so therefore I couldn't translate into the reality. And so I was confronted to do a lot more inner work. I'm doing this. I'm on this spiritual thing for 10 years, almost a decade maybe. And I realized that that was more for me to do. The more you know, the more you realize how much you don't know. You know what I mean? And I was confronted with that. I had to go deep within myself. And as I was coaching other people as well, that helped me also going through this thing and going through this process. And what I learned, the first thing is making if you didn't make a clear path for goals for this new year, then this might be for you. I'm not talking about New Year's resolution. I'm talking about proper goals for the year. And what I was saying is that we have to find our way, our path. So what I learned from this past intense year, this roller coaster year, was that first you need to have your goals ready, your goals set for this year. You need to make proper goals and have it time-based, make it achievable and time-based. This is also what I learned from the team leading work, as I already was telling you about in one of those episodes from the podcast. And you need to make your goals time-based. So throughout this year, you're going to have goals that needs to be accomplished in that specific time. So this way you are not that influenced to try or do too much other things. And you're not going to be as distracted as you would be if you only had goals but not time-based. You know what I mean? So make your goals and make it time-based and then work towards them. Have the vision clear of achieving those goals before it actually happens. We are magicians. We're going to look into the future and we're going to grab it and take it to this present moment, because that's all there is, this present moment. The second thing is you need to trust the process. Don't clinch too hard on the outcome. We need to practice more detachment, because we are too attached to the result, and we are too focused we are too tunnel visioned, if we can say it like that. And before we even know it, when we look around, there's so much things that we could have done differently, So make your vision clear, make your goals clear, and trust. Trust. That's my message for today. Peace out. Jesse out. Wow.